there's a book out there that's called The Horse, the Mole, the Fox, and the Boy, some version of that. But there's a portion of this book where the little boy and the horse are walking through the fog and they can't see, and they're really not sure what to do. And the little boy just says, "I'm not really sure what to do." And the horse says, "Can you see the next step?" And the little boy goes, "Yes." He goes, "Then just take that." And I think if people take that mentality of don't look at what the end game is, don't get paralysis by analysis by always focusing like how I'm going to get there and what am I going to do, just take that first step, and then the picture just gets a little bit more clear, the next step you take and the next step you take. And by the end of it, you've taken more steps than you can count, but the vision is a little bit clearer. Like you're starting to see through the fog in the sense and be able to achieve the things that you wanted to because you took it one step at a time.
This episode is brought to you by Pierre Tax and Accounting, led by CPA Eric Pierre, a seasoned accounting and tax expert with years of experience helping individuals and businesses navigate complex financial landscapes. Whether you need personal tax planning, business tax strategy, bookkeeping, or financial planning support, Eric and his team are committed to helping you protect and grow your financial future with clarity and confidence. To get expert guidance you can trust, check out Pierre Tax and Accounting at pierreaccounting.com. This episode is brought to you by my friend Silas Lagoy over at ForgeMark Wealth. If you're a high-income business owner or professional and feel like you're getting crushed by taxes, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck. ForgeMark Wealth specializes in advanced legal tax strategies and wealth planning designed to help you keep more of what you make, grow it efficiently, and actually build long-term freedom, not just income. If you're making serious money but don't have a real strategy behind it yet, I highly recommend connecting with Silas and his team. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Builder's Bible. I'm joined by Joey Locker, who is the founder of many things. He's got Locker Southern View Luxury Motor Coach Resorts. He's got Contractor CFO. He's got some software. He's a serial guy like me. I already love this guy in the little 5 minutes we've been chatting before this. He's doing development. He's got construction solutions. Joey, man, tell us about all the things you're up to.
Oh man, I appreciate having me on, man. I know we connected on Facebook, and seeing some of the things you're doing and talking to guys in the trades business, it's great because I am bullish on the future of trades. And if you look at the data, it all leads to a promising future for anybody that kind of gets into it. So we've this kind of started, early. I graduated from college with my degree in concrete and construction management. And that led me down a path in the construction manufacturing. So I was around multitude of different trades, from garage doors to tile to epoxy, concrete, residential building, commercial building. And all of that kind of led to what we've kind of made with the little ecosystem, which is Southern View Development, that kind of has an eco of companies from our starting company, which is called Little Diggers. It's an indoor sandbox for kids that's construction themed for kids 0 to 7. And then you get into the next steps of Trade Blueprints, where we help aspiring entrepreneurs in the trades with business plans and financial models to be able to get started. And then the Contractor CFO part, where we're actively playing a fractional CFO service with a little bit of M&A for guys getting into the trades. And then these baby boomers that will have 42% of the construction trades are going to be retiring in the next 5 to 7 years. So you've got a gap there that we're trying to fill in America. And I think the construction boom is just starting, and we're about to release some incredible things in the future. And within this ecosystem, we believe that cash flow from a business leads to real estate, and the real estate kind of leads to the wealth that you kind of you do in the future. So, and a lot of this kind of really comes around the first thing that you mentioned, which was LSV Motor Coach Resort, which is up in Ashland City, Tennessee. This is roughly a $50 million build, 72 acres, sits on the Cumberland River, about 25 minutes outside of downtown Nashville. So a lot, but it's all in the trades world that, man, I'm excited about the future for it.
What's up, everybody? This episode is sponsored by ExitWise. If you're a business owner thinking about selling your company, whether that's now or years down the road, you need to know what your business is actually worth and how to maximize that exit. That's exactly what ExitWise does. They help you prepare, position, and ultimately sell your business by assembling a world-class team of M&A experts around you, guiding you from valuation all the way through closing. If you want to know what your business is really worth and how to increase that number before you sell, go check out exitwise.com and get ahead of it. Dude, I love that. Okay, anytime I have a serial guy on the show, what takes up most of your brain space every day?
Strategy. I mean,
Okay.
and constantly trying to test what you're doing, stress test it, making sure that you're not going in the wrong direction because of I've got a problem. I have that shiny object syndrome where I see an opportunity and I want to jump on it. And with the ability of AI these days, you can jump on opportunities or at least test those opportunities out pretty quickly to see if they're plausible. So trying to stay away from that and stay focused on my team. And I think that's what's been able to allow me to do all this is because I've got the right people around me. I've had bad people around me, but that's I think that's part of the game of learning how to work with people.
This episode is brought to you by 10X Nerds. If you're a business owner doing real revenue, there's a good chance you're overpaying in areas you haven't even looked at. Things like credit card processing, insurance, telecom, and more. 10X Nerds comes in, audits your expenses across 30 plus categories, and finds immediate savings. And here's the kicker. They only get paid if they save you money. It's a complete no-brainer. If you want to keep more of what you make, go check them out at 10xnerds.com. This episode is brought to you by Rakowski Law Firm. If you're a business owner or have built a level of wealth, but you don't have your estate plan dialed in, you're exposed. Rakowski Law Firm helps families and business owners protect their assets, avoid probate, and make sure everything transfers exactly how it should. This isn't just paperwork, it's a real strategy to protect your legacy. If you haven't looked at your plan in a while or don't have one, go to rakowskilawfirm.com. What do you want to talk about the most today on your show of all your enterprises and things you're up to right now? What are you most excited about or want to promote the most?
I would say contractor CFO in this situation. The resort's always fun to talk about, but we could go, oh man, it'd be for another time because it is the craziest. People are buying RV lots for $1 million. Just think of that, like insane. But the contractor CFO part of this, we have so many guys and women in the trades business we're just not honest about our money side of stuff. And because it's a pride thing and we want to we're entrepreneurs. We want to say we're doing great. And at the end of the day, I don't think it has to be that way. I think if you get down to the bottom of it, of systems and processes, that you can use data to use what's proven in the past to work for your company. You don't have to recreate the wheel. There's roofing companies before you. There's tiling companies. There's all these people have done this, and there's been greats out there. So look at what they did. Really break it down to the granular part of what they did in their business and see how it operated, and just do it. I know that's a washed down way of saying it, but it's true. I mean, since I am a system and process person, I talk to these people like, hey, how did you sell your roofing company for $120 million? And they are most of the time glad to tell you how they did it. And with AI, and if you're asking the right type of questions and getting substance from that, you can build a blueprint of exactly how they did it down to what you need to be doing to the hour, I mean, all of that. And that's what excites me for the future. And through the development space really opened this up because The motor coach resort, I've been building this for 5 years now. And for the last three, we've been fighting the federal government over a Supreme Court decision that is supposed to be coming out in the next month. And I've realized that with the resort, I am a part of a way bigger problem in America that is hopefully about to get fixed. And one of those is 82% of all manufacturing in America has to go through what is called the Clean Water Act. It's your 404 permit through the federal government. And that, if you go back to what I said earlier, 3 years of it. So if you want to be a manufacturer in the United States, you have to plan for that in a capital standpoint. You have to plan through that for all these regulatory reviews to be able to do the things that you want to do on this project. So people tend not to do that. So we lose manufacturing in America. People take stuff overseas because we made it harder to manufacture here. So if you get the federal government out of the way from this situation, and which we hope a ruling is going to come out in the next couple of weeks does, it's going to skyrocket the growth in America when it comes to bringing back manufacturing in America. And what does manufacturing in America mean? Trade jobs, because you need electricians to put them in, you need plumbing to put them in, you need guys to put concrete, you need every one of these trades. And it's cool to say a robot's going to put on a roof in the future, but you need dudes and chicks that are willing to put in the work to capture this business. And the ones that are seeing it, I mean, you're watching it day in, day out. I've watched a kid just go out to Arizona and get offered at 21 years old $250,000 to be an electrician because he's working on data centers. So the opportunity's there, and I want to see the baby boomers of our life go out and not let their companies just die, to really give that over to someone and get money out of that. Get a return off of all of the hard work you created in your business. But a trade business isn't going to sell if that business owner is the business and needs systems and needs processes, and they need someone to take over. So that's why we like to help the younger generations. Like, hey, you can start one, or you can do an apprentice and own this guy's company in 5 years when he wants to retire. So there's a pathway depending on.
That's really good. I like that. I love that you're doing that too, because obviously there's been a rush of private equity, and I've had like 5 buddies from church use the SBA loan to buy blue collar businesses.
Yeah.
And but I love the apprentice model too. I mean, I'm a financial advisor by trade, and I saw this all the time. Would be a junior advisor growing into business and eventually taking over the book of business. And I mean, someone's got to take care. Like, we got to have contractors to do the electricity and the plumbing and the explosive growth with data centers and stuff. I mean, someone's got to take it over. So
somebody has to. I mean, there's so much opportunity with this that we were. I went to college. I got the 4-year degree. I went and got my master's degree. I almost went and got my PhD, but getting PhD in sales didn't really make sense. So I just love education. So my pathway to school was incredible because I love the education. But I can get just as educated with AI now from my home computer and start a business as I could have gotten going through college and all the things, because it wasn't until I did my master's degree that business clicked for me, because high school and all the thing that then college was almost like a social experiment. Do I know how to get along with other people? Do I follow a little bit of rules? Do I need how to work in society and all that stuff? But I don't remember a lot of stuff I learned in college. It was, and a lot of people will go from your undergraduate degree straight into a master's, and that didn't make sense to me. I was like, what are you mastering in that sense? So I had a 5-year gap that I went out, worked, kind of made my way up into a company, garage door manufacturer. And basically the premise with there is like, if you don't have a master's degree, you don't go to executive level. And I was like, well, all right, where do I sign up to go do this? And went through that program, and being able to use work to get a master's on was it was eye-opening. It really made me understand how business is maybe the real way to the growth. We love real estate. It's great. People always say that you can get in real estate to make wealth, but real estate's expensive. Real estate's slow.
Mm,
It takes a
yep.
little bit. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I love the trade side of it. And if I can help the next generation see that opportunity, um, I will gladly hand over any kind of book that'll help
Dude,
them.
it's hugely needed. I had a previous guest on the show in the construction space, and he was like, if builders understood what the weighted cost of capital was, they would be
Yeah.
in a better position. Basically, what is the cost of you to put, use a dollar, right? Between any sort of debts you have, all the cost of labor, cost of goods, and I thought that was powerful. But I've had so many guys on the show who are great at doing their service but rarely have good control of their books and their finances, actually truly know what their margins are. I'm
That's it.
convinced most of these guys have no clue what their margin is,
No,
yeah.
and a lot of it comes from maybe like you're a little scared of it and everything. Maybe you feel like you
Yeah.
don't know your finance, you don't know how to read a P&L, you don't know how a balance sheet really works because we weren't taught that in school. Like if
Yeah.
I mean, in my everyone's different, the school they went to and how they grew up, but I feel like if you went to public school over the last 20 years, you the education around financial was just not there, and you weren't
Yeah.
taught how to balance a checkbook and how to go get a loan and do all these different things. And with AI now, these complex problems can be brought down in a way that makes sense for each individual person, how
Yeah.
that person learns, because we all learn differently. And by implementing AI, you're going to teach it to teach you the way you learn. So
Yeah.
someone's going to be able to get through something like, hey, I don't understand. Like I got called on an email chain a couple weeks ago. I love when people nerd out in their field. I like it's awesome because I want to learn as well. But electrical and the way electrical works and all those just nuances of every little bit about it, and someone that loves it can go deep into it. And I got caught in an email between two people that were kind of nerding out on it, and I just lost. I was like, man, I don't know what they are talking about.
So
And
you
I
plugged it
printed
in a
off
chat
the
or
email.
something. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I printed off the email chain. I threw it into Claude, and I was like, hey, we're having a conversation that really excites me because I love the way electrical stuff works, and I love like the
Yeah.
everything behind it.
Yeah.
It could get complicated though. And I was like, take this and make me understand it. And even to the point of like, all right, that's a little off. I'm like, can you make an infographic that'll help me do it? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's how that works. And that's where they're talking about. And then I can go back in and have an educated conversation with them off of what I just learned, like in a matter of seconds.
Yeah. I love that. Joey, what's going really well in your business right now? What's a challenge you guys are facing?
I would say going really well is just the amount of just feedback we've gotten so far. We've launched the Contractor CFO less than a month ago on this, and we've gotten great feedback and people that are constantly trying to reach out, and we're getting through it. So now it is more of like, all right, you've now took in more leads and more things than your capacity can help. So then the challenge goes like, all right, let's put the systems and processes together that are going to allow you to scale and all those little things like that. But doing that it's time, that commitment that you need to really sit down and do that. So as a serial entrepreneur who has multiple things going on at the time, it's then finding that time window. Like there's sometimes like I'll get granular appointed, like, all right, I got 12 hours worth of work today to do, and I've got X amount of stuff to do. How much time do I need to spend on each little thing to be able to get through all this? And
Yeah.
then time block it and do stuff that way. So it's just
Yeah.
getting through the process, I think, is the challenge because it's great to have ideas. It's great to things working, but if there's not doers and doing, it's just an idea at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And then, what do you feel like is the biggest challenge you're facing right now or barrier you're trying to overcome?
educating the masses or the general public in that about AI in it, and showing that it's not this big bad wolf, and that it's not here to take your jobs. Or I'm not a believer that. I mean, I think Jensen Wong said something from the video like a while back. He goes, "I really don't understand why everybody is firing people and letting AI just do stuff for them." He goes, he goes, the intention would be to make each one of your employees 20 times more efficient. Make your output out more instead of constantly worrying about cutting prices and cutting costs and whatnot. What more output can you get out from everyone? I
Yeah.
guess that's my
Yeah.
optimistic mind when it comes to
Yeah.
things. A lot of people are like, well, how do you'll see consultants come in like, all right, where can I cut costs? Where can I do this? Where
Yeah.
can I do that? And that's great. I mean, that's the efficiency, but like, where are we going? Like,
Yeah.
how do I get
Yeah.
my 2x, 3x EBITDA to a 10x, 20x situation
Yeah.
because I found my niche and I was able to put a financial picture together that someone in 5 years is going to know that, well, here's what I did. This is what this is worth. This is my assets. This is what I here.
Yeah.
And you're going to be able to paint a picture that you're going to have competing offers on your business instead of
Yeah.
you sitting in the back and waiting for someone to offer something and then grind you down to something you created that could have been worth five more times the it's worth because you had the systems and processes behind it.
Yeah. I love that. Um, okay. What is one thing that we haven't talked about today that gets you fired up? Could be a business principle, could be a hot take that no one shares, could be an expensive lesson you learned, in business.
I've made we'd be here all day. Um, I would say there's a book out there that's called the horse, the mole, the fox, and the boy. Some version of that, but there's a portion of this book where the little boy and the horse are walking through the fog and they can't see and they're really not sure what to do, and the little boy just says, "I'm not really sure what to do," and the horse says, "Can you see the next step?" And the little boy goes, "Yes." He goes, "Then just take that." And I think if people take that mentality of don't look at the what the end game is, don't get paralysis by analysis by always focusing like how I'm going to get there and what am I going to do. Just take that first step, and then the picture just gets a little bit more clear. The next step you take, and the next step you take, and by the end of it, you've taken more steps than you can count, but the vision is a little bit clearer. Like you're starting to see through the fog in the sense and be able to achieve the things that you wanted to because you took it one step at a time in a sense.
I love
Got that
that.
together.
Can you tell us a story of a client you've worked with contractor CFO, like, a plumber, a construction guy? Like, who are I mean, contractor could be anything. Like, who are your typical ICP type of clients?
So right now, since it's early, we're getting a kind of a multitude of different groups, and we're trying to see where we can help. I don't want to help. This is where the analysis part comes. Like you want to be able to help everyone,
Yeah.
but at a certain point, these guys that are coming at me for at 5 million or 10 million, I was like, man, you need to have someone on your team that is
That
focusing
does
on
this.
this as
Yeah.
well. Like if you really want to grow to the next scale, we need to teach someone on your team to utilize this on a day-to-day operational side. So staying below that and then figuring out, I believe there are people in each sector that can scale and can do certain things, but at a certain granular level, some people don't really want to scale. So trying to stay away from people who are like, oh, I want all these things, but aren't willing to put in that kind of work. I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to waste my time on those situations and whatnot. But getting in there and understanding where each company does, we're seeing landscaping has been a big one that's been reaching out more. Since I know concrete through and through, that has been probably the heavier one that I've had on it.
Okay. Huh.
And then HVAC is one that we've been toying with a little bit, but that's where your private equity space is really
Yeah,
hanging
they
around
are.
there, pest and electrical. So, and there's just private equity has its its spot and where it belongs in all this. But you said it earlier. All this private equity getting into this space, awesome. You got plenty of money. Who's operating this? Who's your guy that understands how these trades work and is on the ground working with these guys?
Mm-hmm.
And if these private equity guys don't have that operator that is just kicking ass all the time, they're just wasting their money and they're putting together big numbers and stuff, and then they fail in 5 years. And
Yep.
I'm not against private equity. I've worked with it and working with it now. But at the end of the day, private equity is worried about one thing and one thing only: their return. If you don't get it, they don't care about your mama. They don't care about your kids. They're coming for theirs because they've got investors they got to keep up with. So I
Yep.
think educating the public over this opportunity, it still allows private equity to have its space, but it opens up the opportunity for just the little guys that want to get into
Yep.
this and have a hustle behind them. If you have a
Yep.
hustle and you want to go after something, bro, I will cheer you on and give you all my knowledge to be able to do it.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly how I feel about business owners, man. Like if you're trying to accomplish something, I am your biggest fan, you
Yeah,
know?
let's do it.
And
Let's
yeah,
win.
yeah, I love
Let's make
that.
our communities better. Because if you, and I'm a, hey, businesses are the backbone of our communities and everything when it comes to stuff. And there's an honesty factor there.
Yeah.
It's giving back and really kind of being an impact on your community. And if you want to be a growing company and being the face of that community, I think you got to do the right thing. And it's not about just coming in, because I'm the big bad developer in this world. I am the worst human on this planet to some people because I'm developing real estate. But no, I want to come in and listen to that community and understand what they want, what they don't want. And I think private equity can come into a community and only care about money and really hurt that community.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Well, Joey, if people want to learn more about who you are and what you do, where can they go?
Man, I'm pretty vocal on social media. I mean, I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram are probably my major things that I'm kind of constantly doing. I had a guy basically. I, I've never been comfortable with social media, like being facing on it and stuff like it. But I had a good mentor that says, "Why are you so worried about it? What other people think?" And I'm like, "You're right. I don't. Forget it." So I just started doing it, and now it's, hey, make a video a day of something, of like how AI is impacting your business, how you can help a contractor in space. So that's yeah.
Little shout out to an app I use for all those. I use an app called Veed, Veed, and it's like similar to CapCut, although I think it's free. And you can just speak into the camera, and dude, it's amazing. It edits it, it puts the captions in there for you, it adds the B-roll for you. It's insane. And so
Man,
I literally just like
it's
a little
awesome.
talking head video, talking about something I'm learning or something the Lord's teaching me or something I helped a client do, and it's pretty crazy, man. What AI can do these days. It's really impressive.
So, question for you. So, what is it that you're trying to spread out with your message with everyone? What is your ultimate goal with where you're going with things? I mean, you being a
So a year
financial advisor,
ago,
you're placing
a
this.
year a year ago, God told me to shut down my college financial planning business. I was stuck inside of a business I hated. I was taking home crazy money, but I was miserable. I
Yeah,
was so anxious. I was a horrible father. I was a shell of myself. And the Lord told me to shut that down and create freedom for business owners. And so, if it creates freedom, I am in that business.
yeah,
And I believe AI is a tool to create freedom. You said, and I love what you said earlier. I don't think AI is a tool to replace people, it's a way to leverage people, right?
yeah,
So, I think the beautiful thing for these contractors, right? We always talk about maintaining and finding skilled labor. And the other thing I do is virtual assistant staffing. I would argue that an amazing executive assistant overseas
yeah.
is stepping stone one to freedom. You have to have, I have Angela, she's in the Philippines, she's $7 an hour. She kicks ass, bro. I mean, for me to find an Angela stateside would be 200 grand, 300 grand, you know?
Dang.
Um, and you automate your most routine process with AI. And then one of the things that I've been doing a lot of lately, which people might think is crazy, but we've been using permanent life insurance as a tax-free piggy bank for your business. And so Contractors have to buy trucks. They have to buy equipment, skid steers, whatever. As a business owner, we have so much crap we have to buy, right?
Yeah.
Using a life insurance policy as a tax-free piggy bank, if I have to go pay $100,000 for a new truck, I'm technically taking a loan against an asset I already own. And so I have $100,000 that's earning me interest in two places. It's bought me a truck that I can use to pay back the collateral on the policy. And then it's also earning me interest in the policy. So
wow,
that's just arbitrage on arbitrage right there.
Yeah. Well, stealing that one. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Wow.
Yeah, man. So if it creates freedom, dude, I'm like Yamaha. Like, you need piano? I got you. Motorcycle? I got you. Whatever.
Yeah, man. Hey, everything you need now is in this little device that it can open up opportunity. I think it comes down with AI. It's everybody's kind of scared at it because they're trying to tell it what to do and whatnot. And it's ask it questions. Let it learn what you want and just keep asking questions deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's the questions you ask or the data you're going to kind of get out of it. And you can be super dangerous with some good data.
Amen, dude. Well, Joey, if people want to learn more about what you do, where can they go?
I would say mostly LinkedIn is probably the best place. It's just Joey Locker on there. And then Facebook is Joey Locker and Instagram is Joey Locker as well. So pretty straightforward.
And then I have a serious question from my daughter. Do you or do you not like Dolly Parton?
I love Dolly Parton because this is a random that a couple years ago, whenever I was having this idea with the Motor Coach Resort, I got approached by a group that represented Dolly Parton, and they were talking about doing a luxury RV resort, and we're wondering if this was an opportunity that we could potentially partner on. I thought that was awesome, but in my mind, it was like, if you want this, I know it's a good idea. So I'm going to keep holding this one. And now they're building one out at Dollywood right now for it. So
yeah, I love that. Yeah, we love Dolly in our household. One of our old nannies used to play her all the time. And so most girls my daughter's age love Taylor Swift, but we love Dolly. So
there you go. Then she'll love Nashville then. Dolly's all over this place.
Yeah, I love that. Well, man, hey, thanks for coming on the show. Don't go anywhere because I want to keep talking, but thanks for coming on the podcast.
Awesome. I appreciate it.